And it really kind of becomes like a fork in the road, because once you really choose to embody yourself and show up that way, like, you can never go back. Hi. Welcome to Meryl's Mystic. I am Meryl, and I empower witches, bitches, and dudes to complete themselves in order to have healthier soulmate relationships and more purpose-filled lives. And we are here today to talk about the upcoming Leo new moon and the Lionsgate portal that is happening. Both are happening on August 8th, on 8/8. The new moon takes place, it's at its darkest, or just becoming new, at about 6:50 in the morning Pacific time. So then 7:50 Mountain Time, 8:50 Central Time, 9:50 a.m. Eastern Time. So, and then also on August 8th is the Lionsgate portal, and this is an alignment, a cosmic alignment that happens when the sun is in Leo, and then also the sun in Leo aligns with the star planet Sirius in the sky, and the Sirius is like one of the brightest stars in the sky, and it's also a starseed planet. So if you're a starseed, you might be from the planet Sirius. And so this is when these two stars, because the sun is a star, aligns in the sky, and it opens up this energy portal, and it has to do with all this Leo energy, and it's amplified now this year because we've been experiencing the Lionsgate portal for a couple years now, and it's intensified by the Leo new moon happening all on the same day. So what does that mean? So this is like Leo, just like we had some like Mercury and Gemini during Gemini season, like that was like such Gemini energy. This is Leo energy, and it's here to help us. It's here for us to actually like tap into and take advantage of. So what we need to be tapping into is manifesting abundance, recognizing that abundance just exists. It's not something that is created or attracted. It is just something that exists. It is a universal truth, and it is just there for us to access. And it's about like a mindset. I mean, so many of these lessons are about our mindset. And in manifesting this abundance is this like action piece of needing to take aligned, divine, inspired action towards your dreams and towards making your dreams a reality. And so this is like a big opportunity for us to keep tapping into this Leo energy that's already here, which is being your unapologetic self, no matter what that means. And so the things that this can also stir up, because it's also a new moon, so we can't get through a new moon without looking at some part of our shadow. And the part of your shadow that is going to come up is really these moments of imposter syndrome, feeling like you're not good enough, or like you're not authentic enough, because there's so much of this embodying piece into it. Like this is really about embodiment of you and your beautiful, magnetic, unapologetic self. and that the more you stand in that, the more you will see your path in front of you. The more you stand in your embodiment, the more you will be in line with the universe and spirit, and can actually like tap into the things that are supposed to be meant to be attracted to you, and your destiny and your fate, and creating these big dreams and co-creating with the universe to allow the universe to help your dreams come true. And I said earlier, like, there's a mindset piece, but then there's like an action piece. And then there's this trust that has to go into it, of trusting that things are working out, things are certain things that are happening that feel like they're negative, or they might be happening to you, or you don't know why they're happening, trusting that they're happening for a reason. The other thing I was going to say is that the other kind of test that can come up in these moments is what I call the do I really want this test. Do I really want this? Or how badly do I want this? And these are the moments when, there are certain moments where you can, you're wanting things to happen, and we say, or I know we say, you say, like, it's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. And it kind of lets you, like, let go. And it's those moments where it's not meant to be, and you're not meant to go down, the right fork in the road. You're meant to go down the left fork in the road. But then there are these moments where something might not work out, and if your first instinct isn't, it's just not meant to be, if like your first instinct that this thing that didn't work out is like, oh my man, that's really disappointing, like I really want, and there are some things that are like, it's just not meant to be, and it is disappointing, and it's hard to grieve and move and get over. But like for example, a client of mine wanted to get a certification, and they had to take this test, and they studied and studied and studied and studied and studied. And I know this has happened to like hairstylists, that people that just want to be hairstylists so bad, and they go to school and they just don't test well, and so they don't always pass the test the first time to get the license. And these are those are the moments that test you on if you really want this to happen or not, if this is really something that you're getting the choice to really pursue. It's kind of the part where the universe is like, okay, like, are you going to try again and show us how badly you want this, or are you going to give up on it? And you can give up on it. There's no judgment. Sometimes things need to be given up on, but I've seen this happen a lot where it's not, sometimes when you feel like you fail the first time, it doesn't mean that thing that you're working towards isn't meant to be. It just means that for some reason the universe is like testing you, making sure you really want it. So that's a possibility of things to come up also. So we're manifesting abundance. We're taking action towards our dreams. We're trusting that the universe is guiding us. And we are working through our moments of imposter syndrome, which I definitely had one, a moment last night, and I don't know if anybody would realize that, but these are moments where these things can come up when we go into a situation as our true authentic selves, and sometimes we act that way, and we speak that way, and we are trying to be our fully embodied selves, and guess what? There's still going to be somebody who either doesn't like you or doesn't like what you have to say. And that's happened to me again today. So that's another part of it too, is that like it's kind of in that same like, well, how badly do you really want to be yourself sort of thing, like, because it means that not everyone's gonna like it, and we have to try to be okay with that. And I know that that's a big thing that I have to work through, because deep down my nerdy little self, who just always wanted to fit in, like I was the girl that hung out with the mean girls. It didn't matter if they were mean to you as long as you were still with them. That was me. And I'm sure there's a lot of girls that I grew up with who probably felt that was them also, and I was part of the mean girls, shoot, where was I going with that? There's a part of me that still wants to be liked by everybody, like, and that's my people pleaser also. The people pleaser has really been coming up since Cancer season, so I hope you've been working on that also, and it all just ties in to this very Leo, like, unapologeticness. And it's great. This is, Leo is actually ruled by the sun. And so that's why everyone kind of, like, really looks forward to Leo season. And Leo season is a fixed sign. And so it is, like, right smack dab in the middle of summer. I mean, they are, like, the ultimate summer sign. Cancer's the beginning of summer, and Virgo is the end of summer. But Leo is, like, in summer... I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like summer, but, summer fun. There's a whole marketing around it. So, let yourself have some fun also. We were lucky enough that my nephew came into town for a couple weeks, like literally right when Leo season was starting. We really were, like, so lucky for my nephew to be here at this time where, like, there was just, like, this fun energy in the air, and he, having a kid around is always fun, and we just went and did a bunch of fun things that we would normally not do, and we got to go play, and we even went to this, like, little water park that's out here in the country, and it was really great. It was such a great way to, like, get out of our stuffiness, like, shake it off, and then it even inspired me to go and see a couple of old friends of mine from when I did burlesque. What was I saying again about the fun thing? Having fun. Have the fun. Oh, getting out of, like, our stuffiness. That's a big part of it, is, like, getting out of, like, your adult mind. Like, we went to the Renaissance Festival, and I had this whole and I've been going for years. I love dressing up. I love cosplay. I've totally got my nephew into it. I realized at the Ren Fair, after, like, doing this forever, that, like, it's always fun there. Like, I've never had a weird experience, like, other than, like, people maybe sometimes, like, rudely walking by you, like, too close or not saying excuse me. Other than that, like, anybody I've ever had an interaction with at the Renaissance Festival has been nice. Like, most of the majority of it's lovely, and I think part of it is that, like, where you literally, like, step into this fantasy land that's full immersion, and you get to be goofy. Like, you just see adults acting like children in, like, the most, like, dream wondrous, like, way, and it made me remember, like, between going to the Renaissance Festival, seeing some of my old friends when I did burlesque, having fun with this kiddo, like, all of a sudden, these things all lined up where it made me realize, like, why I'm doing what I'm doing, why it's important for me to do this, and then to also help other people feel this way, feel this unapologetic embodiment of themselves. Because it was so important for me to do it and for the people around me to do it. And a big part of that is play and fun and, like, letting your inner child out and just not worrying about, like, adult things for a while. So definitely, we have a couple more weeks in Leo season. We're about halfway through. So definitely find something. Find something you can do that is just, like, gonna get you out of your element, kind of get you out of your comfort zone, and also is just gonna get you out of your head and get you into, like, a more wondrous, creative place. So yeah, let's pull some cards then for all of that. So this is just kind of a collective reading, a little deeper into all of this energy, the positive, the light, the shadow, the positive, the negative, and what are some lessons that will come up for that, for the new moon and for the Lionsgate portal. This is general, so if it doesn't land with you, just leave it there. It's probably for somebody else, but if it really resonates, then it's for you, babe. Okay. So wherever you are, if you can, start taking some deep breaths for a moment. In your nose, out your mouth. Let go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take in some love. Breathe out some fear. Unclench your jaw. Relax your brow. Relax your shoulders down. Put your feet on the ground if you can. Just be here, be present. That's really the most important thing. Woohoo! Ha! Okay, so we're starting off real strong with the devil, or the devil, according to Waterboy's mom. The devil. Okay, so the devil, he's a fun card. He represents Capricorn, actually, and I tease my boyfriend about that all the time. And he also they. I don't know if there's a gender to the devil. The devil could be anybody or anything. We all have our own personal devils, new levels, new devils. The devil card represents like our shadow side. And so I love that it kind of came up first after talking about like what the shadow of this new moon is going to look like, because there is so much amazing auspicious energy coming through with the Leo new moon and with the Lionsgate portal so that we can tap into. But the universe is just, it's not that easy. The universe likes to play games, and we have to work through our shit in order to get to the good stuff. Like, that's just how it works. It's really hard. It can be really difficult to get like to those things that we really want if we aren't looking at our shit and if we're letting it hold us all back. So look at your shit. Don't let it hold you back. I'm telling you right now. So the devil in reverse too, I feel like it is this energy of like, I don't want to look at my shit though. Like, I don't want to, because some of my shit I still enjoy, and I get it. We all have our things, and there's, it's a spectrum and a ratio and like a gelatinous cube dissolving everything at the same time. And we find, different ways to manage and to self-medicate and to self-parent. But the devil really does come in when it's warning us to be aware, to just kind of be aware of how these things show up, when they show up. I'm trying to fix this. That's a devil right there. That's my devil right now, is these camera angles. So being aware, I mean, I feel like that's just been like the key message since Aries season, is like being in the present, being aware. And I catch myself just not being aware. Like, I was like cleaning and talking to my mom on the phone, and in the middle of it, I'm pretty sure I took my antidepressant. I looked at the bottle later. I was like, oh crap, that's probably something that I should be like present when I'm taking it, and I know that I took it so that I am neurologically balanced, so that I can function. That would be key. These are things that are put into place to help me function as a human. So it can even be like little things like that, but this can be a spectrum from like those little daily things to vices, to the things that maybe we're not totally addicted to, but we rely on them. Internet, TV, weed, booze, and those then can go into the spectrum of addiction and things that are actually getting in the way of, pause on here. Apparently something's happening on Instagram today. Sorry, y'all. And so it's looking at what's getting in the way. What's getting in the way of your life. What's getting in the way of these things happening to you? Yeah, the train. Choo choo. I don't know. My phone is like doing its own little thing here. Okay. My house is haunted, so not severely haunted, but just there's things here. So that's what, every time like something will happen, there's like a door will like open or like something will fall. We're just like ghost. I think we want our house to be haunted. Wishful thinking. So yeah, it's I feel like too, it's just like they want you to look at the subtle things that you don't think are actually getting in the way of things, and they are. The subtle things that like that you think are, oh my gosh, my phone is possessed. The subtle things that we just think aren't that big of a deal and might be a bigger deal. And it's not even like you have to stop doing these things. Like, it's being aware of them and then making adjustments and setting boundaries for yourself. And again, like self-parenting so you're not self-medicating, you know? Y'all, I don't know what's going on with this phone. Like, the video is lagging, but then it's like, looks like my volume's going up and down. I'm looking at nothing's touching the buttons right now. I don't know. We just gotta go with it. Just gotta go with it. So, okay, I was thinking like, so how do we notice these things? What are the keys to us being able to see these things and realize them? Because they do feel like these things that we just don't notice, and that's why they're coming around during this time. Like the new moon, even though it's dark, it's very much like a manifestation. It's like a blank canvas for things to be born from. And there's the dark of the moon is our shadow, and it's shining our light on our shadow and on our subconscious, and these things that we don't always notice, that we don't know are there. So the first specific thing that we're not looking at, or the first thing that you need to see in order, need to notice that I feel like will be like the obvious thing, and it might just end up being like you'll notice these thoughts in the day, and then you start noticing like actions that you're taking based on those thoughts. And the Five of Pentacles, especially in reverse, is scarcity mindset. And this is like I feel like this has been such a thing collectively. I've seen such a movement of people trying to help each other get out of the scarcity mindset, because it's fucking oppressive and it's a lie. It's not true. There's enough to go around. We just have to trust and believe and make it happen. And the people that have more than enough need to be doing more with what they have when they have the resources to help and spread the resources around. I'm looking at you, Jeff Bezos. I need a bell. That moment needed a bell. Okay. There's more than enough to go around. Again, this is about the manifesting abundance. And so you really have to look at your scarcity mindset. It's funny because there's a mantra I started saying a couple years ago that every now and then I forget, and I made a big like note sign for our refrigerator so that we can both see it all the time. Which now I might have to move it because I don't even know if my boyfriend has seen it yet. But it says, money is always on the way. Money is always on its way. Money is always on its way. These are, because it can be really difficult to keep these positive mindsets when the reality in front of you can appear to not match up with that. when all of a sudden there's less money in your bank account than you're used to, and you're just like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I've seen it, and I've seen it happen to us, where we're just like, what are we gonna do? And then, like, if we're just like, it's gonna work out, there's always money on its way. We've literally had money show up in the mail before. Like, I've heard people talk about this. I've seen it happen myself. Okay? So it can happen. It's just allowing it to happen, accepting that it's out there for you, accepting that it's available to you. And I need this reminder all the time too. That's why I made a big note for my fridge. You know, because running your own business, money is not very consistent. And my partner is in asphalt, and that money is not very consistent. But there's ways that we can get a hold of that. You know, now we are much more in tune with our money. We are, you know, we budget and we look at it, and we're trying to change our mindset, but it takes time. These things take time. So it is really about catching yourself in the moment when you're thinking these things of like, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to have enough money. I'm not, you know, there isn't enough. Or I'm not deserving of it. It's all these little things that can just block. Like, just like imagine like Wonder Woman cuffs, and it's not bullets coming at you, it's money, and all of these like negative things that you tell yourself about it not being available to you, or you not being deserving of it, is just blocking it. It's just like ping, 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 don't want that, I'm just gonna sit here and believe that there's not enough. Alright? Don't do that. So that's the first like main thing that is going to be like a key to you. Like, this is the sign. Like, when, like, what do you think when you spend money? You know, my friend Nicole Worth, who's a coach with Wildly Alive, she's the founder of Wildly Alive Coaching. One of the things I learned from her, which I even still have a note in my wallet, is whenever you, and I think she probably got this, she could have gotten this from like some money coach too, but I got it from her, and it was, every dollar I spend comes back to me tenfold. And then my mom years ago, anytime we like paid people cash, like especially like our friends and readers, like other intuitives and stuff, whenever we got services with them, we would like, she'd like put her money in her hand, and we do that, and like, may it return to both of us tenfold. Like, here it is. Here's proof that there's enough to go around, and I know it's going to keep coming to you, and I trust that I'm letting it go so that it comes back to me. So it's little adjustments like this, and it's a practice. We have to practice rewiring this way all the time. All the time. Every day. It's a practice. But this, I feel like this is a key. Like, the devil's opening up, like, here's the important door. Here's, like, a key to it. And then the next thing that comes with that is judgment in reverse. And the judgment card is all about our path of purpose and our dreams and our destinies and why we're here and what we want our purpose to be. You know, it's a combination of what you're destined to do while you're down here, and what you choose to do, what you choose to do while you're down here. Because how you do it and what you do, there's so many different ways to go about it a lot of the time, more than we're taught in like society at large. So the judgment card too, with that in reverse, the first thing I heard was, or kind of even saw, it was like a seeing, heard feeling about like being aware of when you do things that are not in line with what you want and not in line with your purpose, and like being really aware of that, being really aware of of where like you block yourself from doing things that you want to do, the things that your heart and soul call you to do. Those are the most important things. And if you're turning away from that, and if you're saying no to yourself, that's going to be detrimental to you and your growth and your path. That reminds me of something that came up today that I wanted to share with you guys, is that we've been working so hard, especially like last year into this year, about our boundaries, and COVID did a lot of that. The pandemic, the energy of the pandemic in general made us all really kind of look at our boundaries and what we would and wouldn't accept or do. No matter which direction you went, everybody really kind of tapped into what they want, and who they are, and it was about tapping into that, like, the sacred no, of saying no to the things that you didn't want to do, and to stop sacrificing yourself. And we're kind of, and I felt like with this energy, with this Leo energy, and also moving into this, like, we're in this Leo energy, and the Lionsgate portal, like, almost like right in the middle. It's almost like smack dab in the middle of Leo season. It's 2 weeks before the end of Leo season, and it's been bookended also by these Aquarius full moons. And so there's such, like, what's the word? I want to say auspicious, but it's more than that. It's like this bubbling opportunity. How am I going to describe it? Give me some words. Palpable. It's like buzzing. It's palpable. It's there for the taking, and that's kind of why I felt like I realized that we're moving from this, like, saying no, to everybody else, because then that can accidentally transfer into saying no to yourself, into this energy of saying yes to yourself. And it started in Cancer season, and it is just like boiling to the top, saying yes to yourself. Yup. So, if, we already know, okay. So, what just popped out is the Two of Swords in reverse. And so this really does kind of feel like this really is a part of your journey, of our path collectively, and your journey personally, and there are forks in the road of when we choose to embody ourselves or to not, and it really kind of becomes like a fork in the road, because once you really choose to embody yourself and show up that way, like, you can never go back. You can't, and you won't want to. So this is another, like, there's a lot of things that, like, if the shadow part has been coming up for you, of like, well, I don't know how to, like, be in that, like, these are the things that you really need to explore and look at, because there's gonna be a choice that has to be made. And the choice is gonna be whether you want to be your full self or not. And a lot of the time it's not just one choice. Unfortunately, it's a series of many choices, and loss can come with those choices, but also a lot of gain comes with them too. So it's really about sitting with yourself, sitting in your present moment, being with yourself, accepting yourself, and figuring out what you really want. Like, here already is this test of how badly do you really want it. And what do you really want? What do you really want, and how badly do you really want it? Because I don't know, I know that there's a lot of spiritual and mystical people out there that want it to be all like love and light, and you shouldn't have to sacrifice anything, and blah, 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 blah. But from what I've seen in the journey of dissolving your people pleaser, embodying your truest self, is that there are going to be sacrifices, and they can be sacred sacrifices. But it's kind of like a no pain, no gain sort of situation. Growing is not always easy. And there's also like a sacred struggle that goes into it. Now, I do believe that we as humans on this earth are not meant to suffer, and we should end suffering on this planet. But there is a certain level of awareness and growth that we gain from the struggle, from the sacrifice, and from the pain. And that's what we're here to do. I mean, we're here to learn and to grow and to heal our traumas. And we're also here to, create a vibration of heaven on earth. That is also the journey. So, and now I feel like we're getting too deep into it. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. 5 of Wands. So again, these are not things that come easy. These are not just like little simple things. And I wish that this was more about like the great things that are going to come from this. But in order to tap into that, in order to like tap into the goodness, we have to look at our subconscious and our shadow and like clear out, heal these things, clear away our own paths. There's a lot of stuff coming up lately about just like getting in our own ways. I do that too all the time. Just get in my own little way. Let's really love it or something. Let's see. Since we're doing moons, where's some moon cards? Not those. Oh, you know what? Let's do one of these, because this will be nice. This will be nice after all that shadow work. We'll do a postcard from Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. This one. Ooh, on the back it says, love your dreams. That's a good sign. We're working on making our dreams come true. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity and ego, you begin to see through the eyes of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. Maybe that's something subtle was happening with that devil card, or maybe that's what it is. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in Spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind, in alignment with divine intelligence, is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Aww. Those are always so good. That's exactly what we needed. We're still human, but you're a spiritual being. you're amazing and beautiful, start acting like it. So cool. So if anybody wants to dive deeper, I do private one-on-ones. I have a small menu of different offerings. It really is just kind of based on like how much time you want to connect. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Well, where's my notes? So the next Virgo season tarot scopes will be out before the 23rd. Virgo season starts on the 23rd. Oh, the next live will be August 19th. So it's 2 weeks from today for our second full moon in Aquarius. Full moon Aquarius part 2. Which is happening on the 22nd, which is the last day of Leo season. So that should be all interesting and good stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here always. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your family. And anybody who could use some guidance. We would all use a little support. So that's what I'm here for. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys soon. All right, y'all. I love and appreciate you. And my lights are turning off in here for my plants, so it probably means it's time to go. Okay. See you later.